Okay, everyone, welcome to my channel. I wanted to go over QQQ. Okay, so here's a count that I have so far. It's a bigger wave 1. But I believe this is the end of this move right here. So I've got 5 waves in a larger degree. And then we have sometimes on the 5th wave, you'll have 5 smaller waves, which is usually called a end and diagonal. So I'm going to show you a spot that that may get a bounce. Let's see. See, and we even broke this trend line. But usually if you find wave 3 and 4, you can draw a trend line off of it. Okay, so we've broken this this line right here. Which is bearish for the time being. I know we have some news coming out this week too. It's a heavy news week. And I think NVIDIA reports this week too. So if you take your fib tool, measure the bottom to the top of wave 5. I'd be looking for support in this area right here. Sorry, I got so many lines on here. Let's remove them. So from the bottom to the top. And for the short term, I'd be looking in this area for a potential bounce. Longer term, I think we're due for a 5 to 10% pullback, but with how the news cycle and with NVIDIA's earnings looming, it could play out either way. We're very extended on the daily and the weekly cycle. And then right here, we come up and swept this high. I think we have some divergence too with NASDAQ and the SPY, or the S&P and the NASDAQ. And usually this can confirm a top if everything just stays the way it is right here. So you got SPY not confirming the high, and you've got the NASDAQ taking the high, which is usually a bearish signal. But like I said, with the news cycle, I don't want to be 100% on anything. But for the time being, this is what I'm going to look at. I'm going to stay on the short time frame. But what I'm hoping for is for a sharp move in the VIX. I got in close to the bottom on some text on Micron, and sold it. Sold a little bit earlier, but I bought it down at $65. For me, I wished I'd have played it different. I wish I'd have bought call options on a bunch of different names like NVIDIA, Amazon, Google. But anyways, I used my money and bought the stock, and I sold them for, I think it was a 40% gain, which was a little early because they went to 130. Let's look at the VIX. And usually when you get a big spike in the VIX like this, right here, like we did back in, this was August. You want to be, is that right? Let's see, hold on. Not August, April, right here. And it's always good to look at the VIX because I can tell you when it's time to go long, buy stock, buy long calls, and right at these levels, which is historically low, anything could break this out right here, and we could surge like we did in April, March. We had a little bit of surge in December, and still I'm kind of watching for the seasonality to play out too. So right now we're kind of consolidating. We haven't taken this low, um, so I'd just be careful. And if you see a big spike like we had in April, or even the VIX at almost at 30, getting long calls on stocks like Nvidia or any kind of AI type plays. I have found that like MVTS and BBAI, they're small cap, but they're AI type plays too, um, depending on how much capital you're working with. But anyways, I was going to give everybody an update. Thanks for watching.